Should I do a filter? Zombies, zombies, zombie. My son is in the other room singing Bad Wolves, Zombies, because I'm friends with Tommy Vexed, so we were singing it last night. Hi, Abigail. Hello, Chuck Campbell. Hello, Razzle Dazzle. Happy New Year, guys. I feel like I'm off my censorship. This is like the most people on a live that I've had in months. You guys don't even know why you're here.
Mommy.
Yes, son.
What's that song?
Here, say hi to everybody. I'm live. I'm getting ready to do my devotional.
Hi.
And you're in here. What's the question?
What did Sugar
Lose people here. Go ahead. What's the song?
Yeah, what's the song?
In your head, in my head, zombies, zombies, zombie.
What song is that?
Sorry, I'm singing it on my live. It's called Zombies by Bad Wolves. Are we ready? We're going to do a devotional. Are you ready for that? I lost 100 people on the thing when my kid walked up. They're like, I don't want to watch you talking to your kid. Wah, wah. I'm almost done with this devotional. This is what I've done. This is what I've not done. And I'm going to start over. Why am I being so weird? I'm going to start over when I finish the book. Did I miss any good comments? Let's see. Anyone? It's devotional time, Chris Frank. Yes, this is devotional time. And yes, Bad Wolves, that version with Tommy Vexed singing it is the best. His voice is so good. Hi, Kiara. My daughter-in-law is on this live. We're doing a devotional, sister. All right, let's do it. Enough of me chit-chatting about how I'm going to do a devotional. This one is titled, They Could Not. The disciples came to Jesus privately and said, Why could we not cast it out? Matthew 17:19. A devastated father fell to his knees before the Messiah. He explained in desperation that his beloved son was terribly sick, suffering from seizures and bouts of epileptic craziness. The father's heart broke for his child. He wanted more than all else to see him in good health. The fact that we see this man positioned before Jesus when the narrative begins in Matthew 17 leads us to believe that he started his quest for healing here in this moment before the healer. But Matthew quickly clears up the misconception by chronicling what this tearful father said to Jesus, how he'd already, quote, brought him to your disciples and they could not heal him, verse 16. They could not, but they should have. This father was not only desperate, but also disappointed. His encounter with Jesus' closest companions had left his questions unanswered, his son unhealed, his heart still broken. Nothing had changed, even though he'd encountered men for whom Jesus had given authority over unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal every kind of disease and every kind of sickness in Matthew 10:1. Even without the Messiah's physical presence, the disciples had been empowered to work the Messiah's wonders. An encounter with them should have been as fruitful as an encounter with him. Instead, what a shame. They could not. You, adopted child, have been endowed with God's Spirit. You are a temple in which God's power and presence pulsates. This gift is not only intended to enable communion between you and your Father, but also to empower you to function as his hands and feet within your sphere of influence. Those who have yet to encounter him should encounter his power through you. They should never leave your presence in a state of spiritual dissonance, saddened and discontented that their encounter with the Jesus follower left no proof of Jesus' power. Their deepest questions should find discerning answers. Their practical needs should find generous solutions. Their hurting heart should find empathetic compassion. Their deadened soul should find redemption and reawakening. Their entire lives should be touched by the supernatural through you. May there never be a solitary person to leave our presence saying of us, they could not. Because by his Spirit, we can and we must. Today, may you recognize the power you've been given by the God of heaven to be the answer to someone else's prayer. Not by your power, not by your might, but by the Spirit of God. We have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit who is from God, so that we may know the things freely given to us by God. 1 Corinthians 2:12. He Speaks to Me is where you apply this lesson to your life. Niada. I think that's how you told me to pronounce her name. Hi. You guys gotta go follow her. Niada Mary Woods. She is fire. She's fire. Very fun. He speaks to me. Are there any opportunities during this day where you can foresee having an opportunity to be a demonstration of the Spirit's power and presence to others? Ask the Lord to give you the faith and courage to follow through. Do you guys want to hear a crazy story? Because I'll tell you a crazy story. Those of you that are still with me. If you didn't know, I was a drug addict in my 20s. Very short period of time. God did not allow this addiction to run my life or ruin my life for very long. I was addicted to meth for 6 months. And when I got clean, it is because the Holy Spirit literally said, quote, "You're done." And I was like, nope, I'll do what I want. And he is like, "You're done." And I took methamphetamines and I flushed them down the sink at the coffee shop that I was working at. And I never used again. Never went to rehab. Never got counseling, just quit cold turkey, right? And let me tell you, there were seasons after that where I was like, Lord, why did you even let me go through that? I almost died. I stole from my friends. I did crazy drug addict stuff. And I was on a date, probably, 6 months, a year later. I was on a date at the movies with a guy. I feel like I have to say that. Go up to the bathroom. The bathrooms were upstairs. And I go into the bathroom. And there is a girl in the mirror. And I can tell by her look and I can tell by her behavior that she was on meth. I could tell. And I walked in and I just got chills. Because I was like, oh my gosh, that girl is on meth. And I went in and I used the bathroom and I came out and I'm washing my hands and I'm giving her the sideways look and she's giving me the sideways look. And I feel the Holy Spirit. Oh, this is giving me goosebumps. Oh, I feel the Holy Spirit saying, you need to talk to her. And I was like, no, I don't know what to say. How do you call somebody out on a drug addiction, right? I was like, no, I don't know what to say. No, I'm just gonna go. And I reach for the door and the Holy Spirit is like, no, you are not. And it was just so convicting. So I let go of the door and I turned around and I'm like, I have no idea what to say to this chick. I turn around and this is all I remember. I'm going to cry. I just said, I know what you're doing because I used to do it too. And I remember her denying it. And I was like, I know what you're doing. And I don't really, honestly, I don't know what else I said. I'm going to go ahead and assume that the Holy Spirit took over. But I recall that in this conversation, she did start crying. And she did say she didn't know how to get clean. And I asked if I could pray with her. So I recall praying with her. And I got her phone number, which I still have memorized to this day. And by the way, it's not her number anymore. I would totally call. I've actually called, 5 years ago I called and it was not the same person. Got her phone number, left, and just was like, oh, Lord, that was crazy. That was awesome. Okay, ready? Praise report. So I want to say 2 days later, I call that phone number and a woman picks up. And I think her name was Tiffany, the girl. Her name was Tiffany, I think. And a woman picks up, and I said, is Tiffany there? And she said, no, she's not. Can I take a message? And I was like, I didn't want to give any information away to this person. I said, no, I'll just, I'll try back. And she goes, is this the girl from the bathroom? And I was like, yes. And the mom started crying. And the mom said, Tiffany came home from the movies and told me about her addiction. And she said that the Lord sent an angel to her to help her get clean. And she's sleeping right now because she's been off meth for 2 days and she is sleeping it off. And tomorrow I'm checking her into rehab. Won't God do it? Dude, and he used me. He used me. And I was scared. And I didn't know what to do. And I was sure I would screw it up. But how dare we tell the Lord that he can't? How dare we tell him that he can't use us? He can. And you guys all know I am not a perfect Christian. As I tell you that I was a meth addict. Duh. But in that moment, I wanted to leave the bathroom and go about my merry way. And the Lord was like, no. And I said, you can't, I don't know what to say. And it's like I slapped him in the face and said, you don't have enough power to even work through me. How dare I, right? Are there any opportunities during this day where you can foresee having an opportunity to be a demonstration of the Spirit's power and presence to others? Ask the Lord to give you the faith and courage to follow through. Guys, you rob yourself, and I rob myself, of the incredible testimony I just told you. When we are too scared to let God work through us, we rob ourselves. We don't just rob God of working a miracle that day. We don't just rob him of the opportunity to use us. And we don't just rob that person of what their breakthrough could have been. We also rob ourselves of being able to say boldly, today God used me. Today I chose to let him work through me. Today I took the hard road. And guys, I'm preaching to the choir because it's so easy to be bold behind a screen. I know you guys are all there, but you're just kind of words to me, right? It is much harder to humble yourself and to address that fear and to go to someone in person, because you know what my thought was? I'm about to go accuse this chick of doing meth. I know she does meth. I can see it. But I'm about to go tell her that I see it. And what if she gets mad? And what if she lashes out? What if she just denies it? Like, those are all the things that could happen. And they make me vulnerable. But if I had been too scared and if I hadn't truly listened, where would Tiffany be right now? Dude, I would love to find this chick. This has been like 20 years. I have no idea what she went on to do. I ask the Lord all the time, I know you could do it. Bring her back around. Wouldn't that be wild? To have her be like, I follow you on Instagram. Are you that chick? Hi Tracy, by the way. California Parents Union. Love you, girl. We've been at events together. This is a powerful devotional because of the conviction that this is an everyday thing that we're supposed to be doing, right? This story is one of the most powerful stories I've ever experienced and may ever experience. I may never do something that bold again. Help a woman through Christ, through the power of Jesus, help a woman overcome a meth addiction. What a freaking honor for me. What an honor for me. And I almost robbed myself of it. And I almost robbed her of her future by not letting God work through me. It's heartbreaking. So now I am going to ask, Lord, gosh, give me that strength every single day. Bring more people into my path and convict me and give me opportunities in the real world, not just on social media, in the real world with real people that need real healing and real ministry and real testimony, to save them from something worldly and devastating and life-changing. And let me be a vessel. And Lord, when you call me to be a vessel, gosh, help me to put myself aside. Help me to turn away from the pride and the fear of what it looks like to let you work through me. That's my prayer. I don't want to not make a mark in this world. And I don't want my mark to even just be here. I want my mark to be on real people in real lives. Giving God the opportunity to have one more person praise his name and give him glory for something dramatic. How cool. I want that to be my legacy. All right. This was a powerful one. Tomorrow is called Obedience is Better, day 69. See you guys tomorrow.